How to make yogurt. For making yogurt, you need a clean pot, metal, anyway. You have to be very hygienic with when you make a pot, because practically what you are doing is culturing bacteria. So you don't want to culture the nasty bacteria. You want to culture the bacteria from a yogurt you can eat. So a clean pot with a lid, of course. Milk as much as you like. I'm using this Morrison's 3.5 liter, almost 6 pints milk. Full fat is best, but if you can use, if you like, you can use low fat. And you need just any kind of yogurt. Different yogurts have different bacteria in them. So if you didn't like the bacteria that you cultured for your yogurt, you can change it next time, change it to something else. Some of them turn out a bit sticky, some of them are really different, lighter. So, and also if you use the same yogurt all over again, sometimes you end up with a lot of mutations in your bacteria and your yogurt. So practically you may end up with a little bit stickier than normal yogurt. But that's all right. If you prefer that, that's all right. If you don't like, just next time go and buy another little pot of the yogurt. That means you will have a new bacteria again. Okay, what you will do is now to open your milk, put it in the pot. I will turn on the gas and put the gas on the high. So I'll put it on the 6. And I will add now the milk. For that I have to use both hands, so I will just pause the video. Okay, now I have poured all the milk into this here. For this amount of the milk, this is Morrison's full fat milk, whole milk. And for this amount, with my experience and on this big oven flame, big part of this electric oven, I noticed that if I put it on 6, which is here, 20 minutes will give me enough time. But in 20 minutes it may not have boiled. I have to be in 20 minutes on top of it just to take a look. You should be careful, because this milk, if it is getting to the boiling point, it will spill over. You will lose some of your milk because it will spill over. So you have to be there. The moment that you see the foam is rising, immediately slide it over the thing, because this oven will be hot here. So you slide it a little bit, slide it on the surface away from the heat, so it will cool down gradually. Then I will tell you after that what to do. So now it is on the 20 minutes I set it up. It's already about 1.5 minutes past. So our chicken will tell us, our chicken timer will tell us when to come back. I put the lid just on because I don't want the chicken to lose the milk to lose the heat. Okay, I'm heating it up now. I will come back later to show how it is. Okay, 20 minutes has now passed, but it's not boiled yet, so I'm keeping the lid on, as you see. There are some bubbles on it, but I have to wait that it boils. The foam a little bit comes up. The moment it comes up, I just slide it over from over the hot plate to this side, so it will not get any more heated. Then, yeah, I will tell you after that what happens. Okay, the milk is almost boiled now, as you see. I have to be fast and move it just immediately from over the hot plate to the side. The hot plate, as you see, is on the full, so I'll just turn it off. What we have done now, we have boiled the milk practically. Why we are doing it? Simple. We want to introduce our bacteria from the yogurt. We want to grow the bacteria from the yogurt. So we have to get sure that there is no other living organisms, bacteria, in this milk. So we boiled the milk, we killed all the other living organisms, and we will introduce our own living organism. That is yogurt bacteria. So that is done now. I leave it open. It's winter now. It will cool down after after 1 hour. You will see. When it is lukewarm, it means that you can put your finger in it without feeling that it's hot, burning you. Lukewarm, as we call. Then I will introduce a few spoons of this yogurt to it. And then I will wrap it inside, you can do it. Put a blanket or a big duvet. No, sorry, big towel. Then put the whole pot, which is not anymore hot, in the middle of it. Then wrap all the layers of the towel or a little blanket that you have throw around it. With the cap on, with the lid on, after you introduce the yogurt to it, a few of the spoons of this yogurt, of course you stir it. Then you leave it for as long as you want. Overnight, that is the time that it usually needs. If you have a bigger pot, you have to leave it for a longer time because that takes a little bit to all the bacteria grow inside that milk that you have, and that means your yogurt will be ready. I will show you later when I'm adding the bacteria into this yogurt bacteria. Practically, you are doing a scientific work. You don't need a thermometer. This is the way my mom did, and we made our own yogurt in the home. The milk was cheap enough, is now cheap enough, that you can make your own yogurt. And when you make it in bulk, that's quite cheap. This pot probably contains about 10 pounds of yogurt. Okay, now it is cool enough that if I put my finger in it, it will not burn. I don't feel any. Yeah. Now that is cool enough. My finger was clean. I washed it, so there is no danger that introducing any bacteria. Of course, there is always some bacteria, but hopefully the bacteria will introduce from the yogurt will be overwhelming. So that's it. Now I'm going to put the pot in the middle of this blanket, the throw. Then I will add the culture. Okay, now I have the yogurt ready. This is the culture, what we call as culture. It means that it's already made yogurt. I use this because it has the bacteria already in it from the previous culture that they made the yogurt with. So I will introduce it to this one. Gently, I'll just drop it there. You should be gentle because you don't want to end up with a damaged milk. And if you don't be gentle, it may introduce more bacteria from dropping or from a splash or anything. So we do it gently. I add several spoons of this just to get sure that the bacteria will reach all the surfaces. It means the speed will be faster. So it's a big pot, quite big pot compared to my hand. So it needs to reach all the corners and be fast enough for that. So I've already used about half of that little pot of the yogurt that I had. And now I gently stir it. Okay. If you want to make it faster, you add more of this. You don't need to add any more than 1 or 2. But when you add more, it means it goes faster. It may be more reliable. So now I have done this. What I will do now, I will put the lid back. Okay. I'll put the lid back on the yogurt pot. This is the same lid that I was using. Now the throw, I've already set the pot in the middle of the throw. This is the normal throw that we use in our home. It should be just clean, not very dirty, you know. And I will wrap it. I will wrap it around my pot. So the bottom of it, the top of it, so it keeps the heat in. So the bacteria can actually grow in a comfy, lovely, cozy environment. And that's a good bacteria. We think all the bacteria are harmful. No, the bacteria in the yogurt, the bacteria in the cheese that all of you probably love, they're all good bacteria that we use. all over it is covered now. The heat will not escape as much as possible, or it will escape very slowly. And I'll leave it until tomorrow. Early morning I may take a look again, or whenever I have the time. That is done now, for now. And I didn't use more than half of this yogurt. You can use any yogurt. Experiment with different yogurts, so you will have a clue. We used to use probiotic. Now we found this one, which is giving you also good result. If you use the same yogurt all over from your culture, sometimes, you know, the mutations happen in there. All the time mutations are happening in the bacteria and our organisms, even us. These mutations will lead eventually to the bacteria be a little bit, causing the yogurt be sticky and viscous. So it's good from time to time to change the culture. Use a new culture. Culture means again another pot of yogurt. Cheap one, these are very cheap. And I'm telling you, the cheaper the better. Of course, the plain yogurt you will use, no fruit added, no starch or anything. The cheapest are better in that sense, because the cheapest means they didn't spend too much money on adding additives to that. So it's very simple. I don't particularly say that buy this brand of the yogurt. Use anything that is available and you like it. You will have the same bacterial culture in your yogurt. Thank you. I will update when it is ready. Completely wrapped. We found a pack of the frozen plums from the 2015 at the depth of the freezer. I guess they were opal plums, which we had an abundance of the crop. Now I am boiling them to make a mixture that we can add to the yogurt. Of course, the stones are inside it and we have to sieve it, probably. Okay, in summer nights, when it is very hot, or summer days actually, people in Iran, Persia, they eat something which is called mast khiyar. Mast means yogurt, khiyar means cucumber. It's chopped cucumber with some basil leaf, if you have some raisins, some walnut, that's and yogurt with if you want some, make it really cool, put some ice and add some water, a little bit salt. If you have dried basil, you can add it. That's very good, nutritious. It gives you lots of hydration if you're dehydrated. And the raisin and the walnut gives you also nutrition, and the rest of it is a very light, easy to digest food, and very cool actually, nice and cool. Try it. Mast khiyar, a cooling evening meal for summers and hot days.